Uh, okay. So apart from that, physics, you said you were interested in it. I don't think we should talk too
Yeah,
much about physics because I've talked about it in
yeah,
the past, and mostly people like it initially because it's
yeah,
kind of logical. I wanted to
yeah.
talk a bit about maths because I've seen a lot of people like they prepared well, but maths is a
Mm,
subject that can sort of it depends what paper comes on the D day.
mm,
So
mm, mm.
how do you really prepare for math? Because sometimes it's quite lengthy of a paper. So like, did you
Okay,
practice such situations in your mocks that like, if the maths paper is long, I'll do this or something like that?
yeah. So what my strategy was, I used to start with chemistry, then physics, then maths. So maths, I used to at least dedicate 1.5 hours in JEE mains out of 3 hours. And in our shift, if I am not wrong, I don't remember exactly, but our shift maths paper was the toughest among all the shifts. So again, rather than being tough, it was lengthier. So if you dedicate enough amount of time to maths, of course, after a lot of practice, if you dedicate a certain amount of time to maths, you'll be able to solve it. And from where you'll get this time, you'll get this time from the inorganic
Yeah.
part where you saved a lot of time.
Mm,
So that's the main key.
okay.
This is
Mm,
yeah, yeah, this is true for like I would say J advanced maths also and J mains maths also. Like, of course, it is tough. I'm not saying it is not tough, but rather than just being tough, it is lengthier.
yeah.
So you need time to solve.
Okay.
And you also need to understand which questions to leave at the right point. You can't just keep solving every question.
Yeah. So what trick did you like? Did you mark the questions beforehand? Because that's quite important, right? Leaving the
Yeah.
right questions.
So, like, after you practice like a good amount of questions, you'll at least be able to understand कि approximately इसको मुझे solve करने में कितना time लगेगा. So initially, when you're like, let's say if you're falling short of time somewhere, you can solve the short, like easier ones first, like which are quickly solvable, and marked the questions which are lengthy, but you know the solution for later.
Okay.
So that will be the main key point.
Okay. I just wanted to have an open-ended question. Is there some possibly something you got to know after giving JEE Mains or advanced that you think you could have done even better? Like, was there anything that ever popped up in your mind that I could have done this to get like do even better? Is there like any such?
For me, like personally, it is towards me. Like my accuracy wasn't that great, at least in CA advanced. In mains, it was fine.
Okay,
In advanced, my accuracy wasn't that great, so I could have just avoided the questions which I felt wrong, which I feel that it wasn't like giving worth a try or something like that.
o-
So that is one of the most important suggestion I would like to give. Ki like when you're selecting a certain question to do, just be sure that you'll be able to reach the correct answer in the given time. It
okay,
becomes quite important.
okay. I just asked this question because like from success you can learn a lot, but even for the
Yeah,
successful people, there might be something, right? One or two advices
yeah,
that really help future aspirants so that they don't make that same mistake again, right? So that's why I just mentioned that question. Okay, now let's talk about the end game, like last 3 months, 2 months, last week before JE. Basically
yeah,
the
sure.
revision period, right? So I don't know. Let's just start off with the closest time. Like, what did you do 1 week or suppose one day before the exam? Because at this point you're
Okay,
sort of freaking out.
so which exam are you talking about, mains or advanced?
We can talk about both. I think JE means and then
Okay, so like
advanced.
very honestly speaking, I was sick before both the exams.
Okay, okay,
Like I had for JEE Advance, before JEE Advance I had high fever, cold and cough, and before JEE Mains I had slight cold and cough. So before JEE Advance, honestly speaking, due to this fever and cough, I wasn't able to study like to my utmost in the last 20 days.
okay,
Due to that, my like performance and my you can say consistency and practice was also affected a lot. So yeah, first of all, now what caused this? I know the reason and I would like to share this. Don't take much stress about the exam. That was the reason I felt sick.
Mm.
So don't stress yourself a lot in the end game. Just keep calm and study whatever you know. Because whatever you have done in exams.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I would so I would like to say that don't take much stress about any exam. Just stay calm and give whatever you can.
Okay. Now that we're coming towards the end of the podcast, what would be your advice to aspirants first of all, and then what would you like to say for people that don't clear the exam, because some people take the exams way too seriously. I mean, it is a serious thing, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Hmm.
Take it to an
Yeah,
extent
yeah,
that anything shouldn't be taken to, like they think the exam
yeah,
is greater than their life or whatever. So what would be your message to like overall all the audience, for people who do well and people who don't perform to their
yeah.
best?
So definitely. So one key note to all the aspirants, one major thing I want to say is like as I said earlier, also don't take much stress. Just keep practicing, be consistent enough, and just love what you are doing. Like don't just hate what you are studying. And for the aspirants who weren't able to clear the exam, again, I would say it's not a really big deal. What also matters is I don't want to say this, but I would say this. Almost every coaching has brainwashed children that if you get into IIT or something, your life is set. That is definitely not true. Your real life begins after that. Or any engineering college, I would say, just not IIT. I've seen people who are studying in tier 2 or tier 3 colleges doing much more better than people studying in IITs. So what really matters is your hard work and consistency even after you get into a certain college, be it IITs or any tier 1 college, any tier 2 college, any tier 3 college.
Okay. I think, yeah, even in the current scene, I think with AI and all that, I think all the resources are available to everyone, right? I think
Yeah,
in the older days, it would have been way bigger because there was a huge difference, right? Nowadays, as you
yeah,
said, many people from tier one and tier two are even doing better than IITians. And I think, yeah,
exactly.
end of the day, it depends on the person, right? Like how
Yeah,
you're doing in life. Okay. Because
yeah,
I've many people, even after going in IIT, they might not do so well. And it could be the other way around as well, that tier one, tier two
exactly.
don't do too good. But like you said, it depends on the person as to what you
Yeah,
do after getting into engineering. Okay, that was a
true.
pretty good insight because people, I don't know, they have this good image of IIT. I think it's important to have, like, it's the best institute
It's
ever.
definitely right. Yeah,
But if you don't get through, life's not over. It's just the start
yeah,
of.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay. So I think, is there anything else you'd like to say? Because I think you
No, I'm done.
pretty good things. Okay. So yes, thank you so much for sparing some time. Hopefully the aspirants will really gain good insights. Okay, thanks.